Hey guys, it's Lydia, and today I'm going to be filming, as you can tell by the title, a sit down and chat video. It's different than the videos I've done. So far all I've done is hauls, but I do plan on filming a chit chat, get ready with me. I know I've said that, but I plan on filming one tomorrow, so hopefully I can get that done. But I really wanted to kind of talk on the matter of tipping servers. I've seen a lot of things on Facebook. My mom was a server for the first 16 years of my life, and I mean, I was a server as well. I have friends that are servers, so I've kind of experienced it firsthand and secondhand, and I just kind of wanted to sit down and talk because not everyone fully understands what it is to be a server, what servers actually make and all that, so I'm going to kind of go into that a little bit. It's just kind of like a little rant video, and I was debating on doing this, but I do, think it should be said. It doesn't mean that it's going to get a ton of views. I mean, maybe only 3 people see it, but I just kind of want to put it out there. I've been using my voice a lot more in 2020 because for a long time I kind of just sat quietly, whether it was personal shit or, public, either way. I always sat quietly, I didn't say anything, and, I just kind of want to voice my opinion. It is my opinion, and it is my experience, but I do want to get into it because it will be probably a little bit of a longer video. So first and foremost, not everyone understands what a server makes. A lot of people think, oh, well, they sell the food, they get a paycheck. No, most of the time servers are fully tip-based pay. The minimum that a company or restaurant or food industry has to pay a server is $2.13 an hour. And some places will, give them a higher base pay, either by multiple dollars or cents, but mainly in all industries it is mainly $2.13. And I saw a couple posts on Facebook, because I have friends on Facebook as well who are servers, of 2 different occasions that I've seen recently. One was a $0 tip to a server, and a woman wrote, "Stop flirt," or "Next time don't flirt with my husband." And the other one was $0 tips, and food took an hour to come out. Now, I want to address the second one because I can't, the second one I can address a bit more directly. Servers don't take your order for food and then go into the kitchen and make it. Once that order is sent, it is in the hands of the kitchen. Sometimes the kitchen slacks, sometimes the kitchen's busy, sometimes there's just an issue, sometimes the food just takes a little longer. Now, in scenarios when I had that happen to me, I would always, go communicate with the table. A lot of the time it was a big party's order was in front of them, so I was like, I apologize. It is going to take a little longer because we do have a party that they're just taking out now, so it should just be a couple more minutes after that. But, it's good to communicate because it's not fun to sit and wonder where your food is. If the server didn't send it, you don't know. And I just genuinely think not everyone realizes that. I've had friends who I worked with, whose family members and friends said to them, "Oh, I don't tip servers because they get paid from the food, they get a paycheck, they don't need tips." Again, that's not the case. 99.9% of the time, servers are working tip-based. And, I mean, a lot of people serve either because they're going to school and, hours are flexible as a server. Some people are going to school and taking care of a kid, and it's kind of the only job they can work with, getting their kid situated and then being able to do their schoolwork and maintain all 3, balancing work life. me personally, as I said, my mom was a server the first 16 years of my life, and I always made sure to tip my server at least 20%. Most of the time now when I go out to eat, I know the servers who are waiting on me, so I will, tip them a little more. But even if I don't, I always tip at least 20% because you never know what that server's day was like. You don't know, if they were getting stiffed the whole... Sorry about that, I had a phone call. But yeah, you don't know what that server's day was like, and you don't know if they got stiffed the whole day. You really just genuinely don't know. I mean, there are times where I'll go out because I've been a server and I'll kind of nitpick a little bit, not to them of course, but if I go out to eat with my boyfriend, I'll say something like that, and I never will shit talk a server and be like, oh my god, they're awful. I'll just say oh, should have pre-bussed that, or just the little things, because once you're a server and you've experienced it, you just notice it more. You don't really notice as much when you weren't. I didn't. I mean, I noticed when my mom or my grandparents would get a little frustrated with the server, but no, not one person in my family has been rude to a server ever, and I mean, we all kind of have that mentality, but I just want to put it out there because, they do a lot for the pay that they're given. They experience a lot, they go through a lot, because of course there are rude customers always, and I mean, people, I'm sure if anyone sees this could just be a video of me talking and 2 people see it and no one watches it, you never know, but I'm sure everyone's going to have different opinions. Oh, I completely agree. Oh, I completely disagree. If a server doesn't do well, why am I going to tip them? Blah, 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 blah. It's but if you think about it in context, if, say the server's having a bad day, they're a little off, they're a little distracted, and you're like, oh, well, because of that, I'm not going to tip them. And you have an office job that you sit in. You go to that office job and you have an off day, you're a little distracted, you're not fully there. So does that mean your boss is going to come up to you and say, I'm not going to pay you for the day because you were distracted? Because you were having an off day? No. So it's not any different, and that's why I think the importance of this video needs to be said, because not everyone really understands. Again, you need to compare it, and I'm sure there are people out there who are like, well, an office job is more important than a serving job. Okay, so if everyone got an office job, who's going to wait on you when you go out to eat for your business meetings, with your family, your friends? Who's going to wait on you? It all just kind of works together, and I just, I'm kind of in a mood right now anyway, of just kind of being fed up with a couple different things, not necessarily serving, but that's just kind of why now I'm just a little more, I guess, angry. Not even angry, just kind of more outspoken, because I mean, all you've seen are my hauls, so I'll be excited to show you what I got, but I mean, it just genuinely frustrates me. I mean, I had very few customers, for me personally, who were ever rude, who were ever, none of that. I rarely have that. I had very good relationships with all my customers, but I know not everyone had. There were plenty of times where I had my coworkers upset about a thing, and there are people who come into a restaurant and they're in a bad mood and they project it onto other people. They have an attitude towards other people, and it's just kind of you really need to stop and think, because for a server, if they ask something and it sets someone off, a customer can be as rude as they want to a server, no matter what the server did. There are servers who have shitty attitudes, shitty service skills, genuinely don't want to be there, genuinely don't care about waiting on people. But there are people there who care about their customer service, and when you go off on a server because you're having a shitty day and they didn't really do anything to provoke you, it's just you needed something to vent your frustration on, you not only, you can upset them. Some people have thick skin, but some people will, take that to heart. And you not only projected that onto them, but you also could have just fucked up their whole entire day because they had one bad experience with a customer and a customer was super rude to them, freaked out on them, whatever the hell it is. You now just possibly ruined someone else's day. So it's kind of like a chain reaction, and then, you're in a shitty mood and you project it onto them and you make them upset, and then you get mad at them for kind of having like an off attitude, and then you're like, I'm not going to tip them. Well, it's like, again, most servers will try and, leave that shit at the door, throw it to the side, not let it bother them, not show that it bothers them. But again, there are days where everyone has them. Everyone has days where you break, where you just are so angry, so fed up that it just projects off of everything. And that can happen with servers too. But servers have to hold it in. They have to, keep it calm and collected because of that slogan, the customer is always right. Well, frankly, I understand, if a customer has bad food, bad anything, but if you have a server who's, polite, just asking you if you need something and you're rude to them, I genuinely do not think a customer is right for being rude or lashing out at a server for doing nothing. And, vice versa. If a server lashed out at a customer, it wouldn't be okay either. I'm just saying, from a serving standpoint, people don't understand fully what it takes to be a server. And I think this is more just a little bit of a rant, but I think it does need to be said because it's not often said enough. Because people don't understand the extent of being a server, what a server makes. But I just kind of wanted to sit and explain a little bit and, kind of bring light to the subject, if you will. And it's also just the kind of day I'm having where I was like, I'm going to sit down, because I was thinking about making this kind of video, but I'm in a mood now where I'm like, I can sit down and film that video before I talk myself out of it. So, with that being said, I just genuinely think people need to understand more. And servers won't really get mad if you can't, because not everyone can afford to leave, a $500 or a $2,020 check, or a tip. And if you go out to eat and you say, oh, well, this is just my budget, let me leave them this, that's, you never know anyone's financial situation. You have people who, and you can't, servers, most of the time, again, if they're a professional server, will not walk up to a table with a mindset of, oh, I'm not going to get tipped today. But there are a few who do and won't provide as best service. I always try to provide the same service to whoever walked through the door and was sat in my section. And I know there's plenty of other servers who do too. But I just wanted to bring a little bit more light to the subject. I really hope that you guys kind of enjoyed this video, understood it, didn't get offended because it wasn't directed towards anyone. But yes, after this video, I will post a chit chat, get ready with me, and we can sit down and talk about more positive things with a less, aggressive tone coming from me. But I just wanted to get that out there. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.